O'Reilly and Cornel West are going to get into it on the issue of income inequality here. Let's watch.
Are you a socialist? Are you like Bernie Sanders? You're a socialist? You want the government to basically seize assets and to redistribute? Is that what you want?
Well, I am a revolutionary Christian who looks at the world through the vantage point of the weak and the vulnerable. So it's not a matter of isms. I want to make sure each person made in the image of God is able to live a life of decency and dignity.
But that takes resources to do.
You can't do it when 40% of your children are living in poverty.
Okay.
That's for black and brown. 22% of all children, no matter what color, living in poverty. Yes, we've got to eliminate poverty.
All right. So by elimination of poverty, you want to take from those who have and then give to those who have not, correct?
Well, there's
Is that
already
correct
been,
or not, Professor?
No, we got to put it in context. There's already been a redistribution of wealth from poor and working people.
All right.
to
So
the
this is just justice.
So no, we want to make
take
sure that
from me, and I'm totally innocent about the historical stuff. I'm totally innocent. You want to take my stuff and give it to other people because of what may have happened in the historical past.
So Bill O'Reilly's point that he's getting at there, or trying to get at there, is, well, the problem with Cornel West and the Black Lives Matter people and the liberals is that they don't believe in a meritocracy. They want to take my stuff. But what I would say to Bill O'Reilly is, you have it exactly backwards. I do believe in a meritocracy. Dr. Cornel West believes in a meritocracy, and liberals believe in a meritocracy. What you believe in, Bill, is class warfare. Because as Dr. Cornel West said right there, we've already had a massive redistribution of wealth from the poor and the middle class to the rich. So when you argue to keep the system as it is right now, you're arguing to continue to rob the poor and the middle class and give to the rich. You want a reverse Robin Hood. We're the ones that actually want a meritocracy. Now, why do I say that, or what gives me a basis to make this argument? Well, very simply, look at the economic data and look at the various studies on this. If you look at the world, not just in America, but all around the world, there was a recent study that came out which found that the top 85 income earners, or the wealthiest 85 people in the world, they have more wealth, more money, than the bottom 50% of Americans. So 85 people have more wealth, more money, than 3.5 billion. Now, in Bill O'Reilly's mind, and according to his worldview, what would he have to argue? He would have to make the case that, well, they just worked harder. They earned all that money. No, they didn't earn all that money, you idiot. What that presupposes is everybody's born with the exact opportunity. You know, the idea in Bill O'Reilly's mind is, the way it works is there's a 100-yard dash, everybody starts running at the same time, and all the rich people just won the race, and everybody else is lazy and they're back there at the 20-yard line. That's the way he views the world. But the reality is he's disregarding systemic factors. He's disregarding the fact that, for example, black Americans, when you shot that gun in the air to start the 100-yard dash, white people ran 85 yards ahead and then turned around to a black person and said, okay, you can start now. I mean, we've seen the economic data. When you look at inheritance, when you look at net worth, white families inherit over $110,000 on average. So you start with that head start if you're a white person. Whereas black people, I think it's about $11,000 that they inherit. And that's because of systemic factors. I mean, you only have to go back to 1965 for, on paper, black people being equal to white people. And it's not like when they were equal on paper, all of a sudden they were, given equal material wealth and stuff like that, and then they could pass that on to the next generation. No. They were equal on paper, but the mentality that they're unequal still existed. And to this day, there's still systemic discrimination against them, so they've never had an equal shot. Poor people and middle-class people don't have the same shot as Mitt Romney's fucking son or dipshit Donald Trump. So this idea of like, yeah, you're for redistribution of wealth. No, you're for redistribution of wealth. Because you want to redistribute from the poor and the middle class to the rich. From 1980 and onward, productivity in America has increased steadily, which means the middle class and the poor are working hard. But they're not getting the gains because wages have flatlined since then. So you're working, but who's getting all the benefit? All that money is going to the multinational corporation, or it's going to the business owner. So it's going to the rich. So Bill O'Reilly believes in a reverse Robin Hood. Bill O'Reilly believes in redistribution of wealth from the middle class and the poor to the rich. Whereas we believe in rational redistribution of wealth, which is more like a meritocracy, where if the CEO wants to be richer than the janitor, okay, we're all fine with that. But how much richer? Are we talking 5 times richer? That's fair. 10 times? Okay. 20 times? Sure. When you get to 1,917 times as wealthy as the janitor, it's not that he's working that much harder. It's that for systemic reasons, for economic reasons, for reasons of nepotism and other issues, he's gotten to that point, not because he earned it, but because that's the way the system is rigged. So what Dr. Cornel West wants, what I want, what liberals want, what the Black Lives Matter movement wants, we want to make it fair. We want to make it just. You want to continue the injustice under the guise of you're the only one that's just. Well, you're not.